Alright, Shalom. First of all, I want to say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kodash, Davon Apostles and Elders of GMS, and to elect doing work in sincerity and in truth. This GMS Precepts Nazar Chud here. And real quick, I want to go over this article here on RT News. As you can see, it says U.S. adds $500 billion to debt in less than a month. And really, I mean, if you read the article, it says in 20 days. So in 20 days, they were able to add $500 billion onto the debt. It says the debt as of last January, or this past January, was 31.4 trillion. And in 20 days, right, it says U.S. national debt surged more than 500 billion in just 20 days to reach 33.5 trillion, according to data provided, right? And just to put that in perspective, right? So, but first, before I get this graph, because I want to get the graph that shows the national debt throughout the years. This is all part of prophecy, right? It said in Habakkuk. Matter of fact, let me get that verse 5. Is it 5? Verse 5. Yeah, verse 6, it says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his, right? How long? Into him that ladeth himself with thick clay." Now we know the woe is speaking about Esau, Edom. You see, that's what the scripture is talking about. Verse 5 and 6, it's speaking about Esau, Edom, and how he's ladeth himself with thick clay. It says, "Woe unto him." So we know this scripture is talking about America based on the current events that's taking place right now. You see, this is Biden. He's the debt is so high he can't even see the debt. That's how much debt, this country's mounting, right? It says September 18th, Treasury reported that the amount borrowed by the federal government to cover operating expenses stood at 33.04. It took Washington 3 months to drive it up to 32. The debt ceiling, which was legally set at 31.4 trillion, was surpassed in 2023. So let me get this graph just so it's basically going over how it went from 31.4 trillion in January to where we stand right now. It's over 33. It's over 33 trillion right now. Let me get that graph, and it'll explain the debt over past 40 years, right? This is only going back to 81. So this is a little bit over 40 years. You see around 81, that's when around 80, 81, I believe it was Reagan, that's when the debt finally hit 1 trillion. You see it goes up and up and up to the 2000s. Really from like 95 to 2000. Well, from 95 it reached up to 5 trillion. When Bush was president, it was like 6 trillion. And then it goes up. 2010, it hit 15 trillion. Or where is that? 14, 13 trillion. 2023, where we are now, you see where it is. We're at 33 trillion right now. You see? So also going back to 1776, well, I believe they started to record the debt before 1776, but I think around 1776 the national debt was around it was in the millions. I believe it was like 20 million. You see, I believe the debt was like 20 million, 18 million, something like that. So from 1776 to 1981, it took well over a century You see, it took well over a century to reach 1 trillion. Okay, and then it took a few years to get from 1 trillion to 5 trillion. It took what, 15 years. So in 15 years it reached 5 trillion when it took well over 150 years to reach 1 trillion from 1776 to 1981. Damn near 200 years. So it took damn near 200 years to reach 1 trillion, and then it took only 15 years to reach 5 trillion. So you see how it's just the debt ceiling. America is just accumulating this debt upon themselves, right? And then from 95, let's go another 10 years, it adds almost another 5 trillion. 2010, it goes up to 13, and then the rest is history. Now we fast forward to today. We're at 33.5 trillion now. Like I said in this last article, it reached, in 20 days it was able to rack up 500 billion. That's half a trillion. You see, that's half a trillion. It took 20 days to add 500 million to the debt, but it took almost 200 years to add 1 trillion, the first 1 trillion to the debt. So these are just signs of the times, and it's showing you that when it speaks about that in Habakkuk 2:6, woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And this is definitely talking about Esau. When it says, woe unto him that increases that which is not his, you go throughout all nations on earth, he tries to make he kicks out the original inhabitants, and he tries to create, oh, well, look what's going on now. The major news right now going on over there in the Middle East and in Israel. You see, which we know it's a lot of info coming out. We know that's an obvious the F flag. The F flag event. But it's all part of prophecy. See, we only got a few more months left in this year, and we see that a lot of prophecy is starting to roll out. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, check out these articles. I'll leave this in the description. Pardon me, I'm a little tired, but I had to try to get this video out. Lord willing, I'll leave these articles in the description box. Lord willing, y'all was edified. Until the next show, shalom.